Mac Langston was a large man. He was not the normal size of human that Senator Hippan of the Kilgrath had ever seen. He towered over the senator, and that made him nervous. Hippan had come to Earth 56 times for trade talks and never once felt nervous. Hippan sat in the designated seat provided for him. He went over his notes for the conversation he was about to have and wondered why the humans had sent this giant for these particular trade talks. As Mac sat down, he apologized to Hippan that Sarah Mygraph, who he was originally supposed to be meeting with, was unavailable due to personal problems. He also sensed how uncomfortable the Kilgrath was at the sight of him and tried to make Hippan as relaxed as he could. They went over the key points both were concerned about. Mac wished that all trade talks were as straightforward and helpful as the Kilgrath talks had been. Mac had even let Hippan know that he was sorry about the war they had fought, but was glad that they now had peace and open dialogue. Hippan looked thoughtful for a moment and said he was also glad of this, as war had never helped his people as much as these trade talks had. After they had said goodbyes and he had departed the station, he sat in his room on the Mighty Hope, a former Kilgrath battlecruiser that now was the Kilgratha's sole diplomatic ship. The large ship that had seen many battles over its life was now the Kilgratha's best hope for peace. Like the humans, the Kilgrath built their ships to be multi-purpose. Some served as colony ships, some served as scout ships. All Kilgrath ships were military ships and had been designed to end wars, not start them. They had thought they were superior to every other race in the void. That was until they met the humans. During the 2-year war between the humans and the Kilgrath, a great many Kilgrath captains mentioned in their ship logs how the humans fought like insane animals. It seemed they fought with only one goal: to win by any means necessary. When negotiations started and Mac read over all the information the Kilgrath had given humanity, he had to smile, as it was the most honest explanation of any human's combat strategy. He had come to respect the Kilgrath military mindset. It was probably the closest to human than any species he had met. They had strict rules for almost everything. However, their only problem, as he saw it, was their willingness to ignore rules and do what needed to be done. Hippan had even been to a few of the joint hand-to-hand training sessions that many Kilgrath were joining to learn how humans took down opponents that sometimes were 5 times their size. When Hippan had first heard of these feats, he laughed and thought that this was impossible and just merely his fellow warriors making up stories to hide their own incompetence. However, at one such lesson he attended, he saw a human female, a mere 5 feet in height, take down an 8-foot Kilgrath. Afterwards, she admitted that she was holding back because she did not want to kill her opponent. She then went on to explain how she had done what she did and how, if she had wanted to kill the young Kilgrath soldier, just how she could have 5 different ways. She then demonstrated the same takedown against another human. She also told how she could have killed that human soldier 5 different ways. In all honesty, it left Hippan scared of humans while also flabbergasted at the level of restraint all humans could use to not inflict any more damage on the combatant than they needed to. Today, he had chosen to come to the event because he had heard Mac Langston was going to go through several different kinds of combat strikes that could render an opponent inert and out of combat permanently without killing them. He was, however, not prepared to see Mac take on 3 Kilgrath at once and disable all 3 within 2 Earth minutes. What he saw would give him night terrors for cycles to come. He had seen a few Kilgrath try to do the same with human opponents, and always end in the Kilgrath ending in simulated death. The fact is, humans could counter any move a Kilgrath made and were exceptionally skilled at hand-to-hand combat. Every Kilgrath that attended these lessons said they had learned more from the humans than they did their own combat instructors. When Mac got home, he thought about the last cycle's events and how far both races had come. He also admitted to himself that when the war started, he didn't think that peace between the 2 species would ever be possible. Because, while neither side may have wanted to admit it, they were more alike than anyone would ever have thought possible.